Big round of applause for Michael Pinball.
Goodness, man, don't you love this game? Ooh, when I say I, you say love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, when I say clap, everybody clap just one time together. Can we try that? Ready? Clap, 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 clap. Now, when I say what's the word, you say hit. Ready? What's the word? Hit. What's the word? Hit. What's the word? Hit. In this game, you gotta hit somebody, but moms, you're sorry. But in this game, you gotta hit somebody. What's the word? Hit. Now, when you hit, remember this. Always, always keep your head up, right? Always keep it what? Yes. You could injure your neck. That's right. You can injure your neck. Not only that, what else could you do? Yes. You can't see where you're going. The two primary reasons you got to keep your head up. One is you can't hit what you can't see, right? When you see players who are great players, they see things. You can see what you're doing. You got great vision. The second thing is when you put your head down, now the helmet goes from being something that protects you to something that can potentially injure someone else or injure yourself. So we hit in this game, yes we do, but we always do it the right way. That is the primary thing that we need to know, right? The primary thing is you gotta play with your head up. When you play with your head up, you can see what you're doing, baby, right? And the other, so you become a great player, but the other thing is you don't injure yourself or anyone else, right? So that is the primary thing. But then, once you got the head up, what's the word? Hit! You gotta hit somebody. Yes, yes. Guys, I'm so pleased to be here with you. And I want you to see, I'm not a very big guy. You're going down to Florida. That's where I grew up. I grew up in Florida, and I started playing football when I was 8 years old. And when I actually went out there and started playing, any player in the CFL or the NFL, any other pro football league, I ran for over 25,000 yards in my career. Now, as a football player, if you have a great year, you have 1,000 yards, right? You have to get 1,000 yards receiving or 1,000 yards rushing. I was the only pro football player in history to have 1,000 yards in 3 different categories in the same season. And in that season, have a record. I ran for over 3,800 yards. Now, why did I say that? Not to say what I done. Know this: I couldn't gain 1 yard by myself. Not one. Not a single yard could I gain by myself. There are a lot of guys that work hard for me. The reason I want to let you know that is it doesn't matter how big you are. They say down in Florida, you know, they play a lot of football and they play year-round and do all of that stuff down there. I've been here long enough to know that the athletes here are equally as great and many times greater than the athletes down there. When you go down, I want you to go down first of all to have fun. When you play the game, you play with your head up, but don't be intimidated and don't let anybody ever tell you what you can or cannot do. You see, I'm a runner. I'm just not a very big guy, right? Many of you are already bigger than I am. And I was able to play in the NFL as well. I played with the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL. I only played 1 year there, then I came to Canada. I had a chance to go back to the NFL, but I decided that I love this country. I say I'm American by birth, but Canadian by choice. Be proud of who you are. Most of the time, people describe me as a football player, and after I stopped playing, I started coaching, and that went really good. We went to the only team to go to the division final for 6 straight years. I was the first black head coach to win the Grey Cup as a head coach in over 90 years of history. 3 things. So when we talk about football, the biggest thing is to keep your head up, right? But I want you to remember 3 things. Number 1 is I want you to remember to be thankful. Someone on that trip said that they have less and smile more, and we have more and we smile less. I want you to be grateful. Everybody has a different story. Everybody's got something going on. But I want you, number 1, to be grateful. To be grateful for what you have, right? All of us are not big. All of us are not fast. Don't worry about what you are, right? The question isn't what do you have, it's what you do with what you have. I'm a runt, but I do all I can in a runt's body, right? And have a lot of fun with it. So I want you to be thankful. And the very first thing I want you to do right now is this time when I say clap, this is about your parents, right? I want you to be grateful that your parents, they've been standing out here in the cold, man, so you guys can do what you do. They bring you back and forth every day, and they support you. I want you to be grateful for your parents. Ready? Clap! Next, I want you to thank these coaches. They sacrifice time, and you know, it's guys like this who I didn't get a chance to thank, who took time with me. My mom was a single parent, and these guys come out, and you know, they don't actually get paid money to do this. They just come out because, well, they think you guys are worth it. You think that's pretty cool? Yeah. Right? I believe you're worth it too. That's why I'm here tonight. So this time for the coaches. Ready? Clap! Now, after gratitude, if you're grateful, the real way to show somebody you're grateful is to give effort, man. To try. When you get out on the field, baby, you don't play to the whistle, you play through the whistle. When I was a coach, I used to say every man, every play, every down, all day. I was hoping that there was one game where we had every player on every play do exactly what he was supposed to do. From the beginning of the whistle to the end of the whistle on every play for the entire game. That's what our challenge is. We challenge ourselves. If you're really grateful for what the coaches are doing, if you're really grateful what your parents are doing here, if you're grateful for the player that's next to you, right? The way to show that appreciation is to try hard, to work as hard as you can, and after it's all over, it's over. We won't worry about that. When you try as hard as you can, the results take care of themselves, all right? So number one is gratitude. What's number one? Gratitude. Number two is effort. What's number two? Effort. The number three now is, I believe, the most important. That is to treat people well. I don't care how great a football player you are. If you're not a nice person, you are a failure. You can be a failure in recovery, but you're a failure. You see, the real measure in life is how we treat people. That's what life is all about. In school, you know you're the cool guys. You are, man. The football players always are the cool guys. It's just part of it. You're good looking. You got good hair too. You're good looking. You're sharp. You got good hair, right? Man, you got great shoulders. Yeah, man. And your profile. And you know what? If you take all of that you've been given and you don't help somebody with it, you have done yourself a disservice. So the most important thing I want you to do is to treat others well. In your schools, you understand that? In your schools, you need to be the leaders in your schools. You need to be the nicest guys in your school. When somebody's being bullied, you make sure you stand up for them. Not only that, though, not only the best, so we want you to do the good stuff. It's not about just standing up for somebody. It's about actually seeing somebody who may be not as popular as you, having lunch with them tomorrow. Did you hear that? So I want you to find a person that's not so popular, not as good looking as you. And I want you to have lunch with them tomorrow, okay? You sit with them tomorrow, so you can make them cool, okay? Number one is gratitude. Number one? Gratitude. Number two is effort. Two? Effort. Number three is treat people well. Treat people well. Be kind. So when I say number three, you say be kind. Number three. Be kind. I said treat people well because it spells get, G-E-T. Gratitude, effort, and treat people well. You see, if you give that, what you get will always exceed your expectations, okay? You all right with that? Now when we go down to Florida, regardless of what happens, let's stay together. As a coach, I told my guys that a team is one. You heard that before? That a team is one? If a team is one, and you and I are on the same team, if a team is one, what that means, if a team is one, it means that I am you, and you are me. As handsome as you are, and as ugly as I am. That's the truth, right? If a team is one. So if that's the case, when I talk about you, who do I talk about? That's right, I talk about me. So if that's the case, when I tear you down, who do I tear down? That's right, I tear you down. When I build you up, who do I build up? That's right. Parents, I want you to listen up this time. This is your turn. I want you to understand. When you say something about your child, you say something about yourself. Be careful about what you say to them. Mind yourself. Understand that what you say to them, you are saying to yourself. You're saying about yourself in essence. Be careful what you say. I am you and you are me. When I talk about you, I talk about me. When I tear you down, you tear me down. When I build you up, I build you up. When I say better, you say together. Better! Together! Better! Together! Better! Together! Woo! Man, you guys are good too. It's sure nice to be here with you, and I'm so proud of you, and I want you to get this idea of team. When you really get it, it's magic. In 2004, we won the Grey Cup, and that year, our starting quarterback, Damon Allen, got up and talked before the game. And when he got up, man, he was physically shaking. This is the Grey Cup, man. 5 million people gonna watch the game tonight. 10 million eyeballs, right? And so when he gets up, he's nervous, man. He's physically shaking. This is the big game, right? And he's physically shaking. His eyes have welled up with water. Moms, understand, our eyes well up with water. They're not tears. Okay? so as he stands up, physically shaking, his eyes have welled up with water. He looked at Michael O'Shea, our defensive guy. He said, Michael O'Shea, I play this game for you. Tony Miles, I play this game for you. Michael Palmer, I play this game for you. What he was saying is, this game is not about me. I play this game for you. Give it up. Turn to the person next to you and say, I play this game for you.
Play this game for you.
Guys, when we get it right, that's what we do. We play this game for each other, all right? We also play for our families. We play for our schools. We play for our communities. My greatest charge for you as young men is to be the greatest leaders in your schools, all right? You good with that? Yeah. All right. I am rooting for you and cheering for you as you go down to Florida. And know this, they're not as tough as you guys. Right? If it was this cold out, they would have canceled practice. 2 days before. When you go down, have fun. They're not as tough as you. And when you come back, I want you to send me off a little email and let me know how it was. And when the Argonaut season starts next year in the preseason, we'll have a little game in June before you guys get out of school. I'm going to get tickets for everybody on the team to go down to check out the game, okay? Yeah. It's a little chilly for your parents. 2, you've already had a long practice. And 3, there's football on TV tonight. All right? All right. So listen, I want to thank you so much for giving me a chance to come talk. What's number 1? Gratitude. No. Gratitude. Is in there. That's in there. Number 1? Gratitude. So remember, get, right? When you give, right? You give, right? And so the get is gratitude, effort, and treat people well, all right? Number 1? Gratitude. Number 2? Effort. Number 3? Treat people well. Gratitude, effort, treat people well, but most of all, baby, when you playing football, you gotta hit somebody. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Yeah, baby. I'm happy to be with you tonight. Have a great evening.